There are two sides to photography. One side is the craft, and the other side is the art. Understanding the difference and mastering both will make you a much better photographer. The craft is all the technical stuff. It's basically the process, the physics of capturing, saving a moment of light. This involves all the cameras, all the lenses, the accessories, the computers, the software, exposure triangles, all the technical things you need to know about perspectives on lenses. There's a lot of information that's out there on that. You can be a really good craftsperson, but your photos can end up being no more than just snapshots. The art side, that is the message. The art of telling a story. Your ideas and visions brought into an image. You clearly need to know what you want to say to have a good photograph. If you don't clearly know, it can get muddled, or it just becomes a snapshot, just a memory piece you grab quickly. Part of this is developing, it's known as the photographer's eye. And that's where you come to a point of being able to see as the camera sees, and to understand the media, but then understanding your message working in that media. You can have great vision, great ideas, but without having the craft, those will be nothing more than ideas and memories you have in your head. You can't get them out. So automation has really come into the craft side quite a bit. And in a lot of ways, you could look at it and say, well, 80% put the camera on automatic, and 80% of the time you can go shoot and you're gonna get something. And a lot of times you can get a really good shot just doing that, depending upon what the message you're trying to convey is. The extra 20% is when you take the ordinary to the extraordinary. So you need these two sides on this. Looking back, when I taught photography for about 10 years at the U of O Craft Center, Lane Community College, and at camera stores when I was starting up, I started seeing that things you should know before you pick up a camera. And this is the message art side. I did the same thing back then. We focused on the darkroom, focused on how to get the exposure triangle to work, to go through and get just something on the film was a challenge back then, because the automation wasn't that good, and you kind of had to know how to work a meter and work all the f-stops and exposures and stuff to get something and blend it with that film. Passed by a lot of the art side, and it was kind of as I was teaching more, I was going through and started teaching some more advanced classes, I started realizing that this message side was very key on it. And so I kind of want to put together a series of videos that are going to be focusing on the art side and kind of trying to lay a foundation to understand, to then build upon both the craft and the art on to get more sophisticated. A lot of stuff out there, the basics of how to do the craft, laying the foundation on that, lenses, exposure, lighting. Haven't been seeing so much of laying the foundation for the art, the message side. So this is kind of a first thing starting off with this, understanding the differences. With this, we're hoping to work toward developing the photographer's eye, so you can see as the camera sees. talk more about that in the future. And this is just starting with the 3001 things that you need to know to be a better photographer. This guy's saying these 10 things will make you the best photographer. Well, it's a lot to it, depending upon how complex of image you're making, especially dealing in the studio where you're really having to really create everything in there. So just wanted to start with that. Hopefully I have more to follow. Hopefully this will get you going. Thank you for listening.